This is an in-house production.
Welcome
We in the building.
welcome to the we have with us today the influencer, Will the influencer. He's a videographer, photographer, graphic design, social media expert, DJ. I just seen that you doing some DJing. So welcome to the Preacher's Corner, Brother Will. How you doing?
Guys, thank you for having me very much and welcome to the UK.
Welcome to the UK, man. I believe what we are 6 hours behind.
Yes, sir. So right now it is 8 minutes to 1 o'clock in the morning here in the UK.
My God, man. What part of the UK are you at exactly?
So I live in technically the second richest city in the country. This is called Bristol. We're definitely the hip hop city of the UK, 100%. We probably have the biggest hip hop scene here. With the amount of rappers that we have, people doing stuff, radio stations, podcasts, all that kind of stuff. Very, very heavy music city. We've had some pretty big names here from Massive Attack and Goldie and some other big people that have come from Bristol. So it's a massive music history city as well. So we're next to London. We're the next big name next to London.
That's good.
Yeah,
we got quite a few
awesome.
listeners in the UK. So, man, that's good stuff to know. That's good stuff to know. So, getting right into it, we got some questions that we want to present to you.
So, the first question I want to ask is, who is Will the influencer? Who are you?
Okay, so Will the influencer is, I'd say, an exaggerated version of Will himself. I'm probably a lot calmer in real life. If you ever come to the room, you notice I'm quite hyperactive. I'm quite loud. I cuss quite a lot. I'm messing around quite a lot. In real life, I'm actually quite quiet. I work in a warehouse. I can be quite loud and funny there as well, but most of the time I'm quite quiet. I'm behind my laptop. I'm doing business. I'm not really that loud guy. It's only when you really jump in that room with Rothstein and the guys, I just suddenly come alive. Will the influencer is I'm an influencer. I'm a brand ambassador. I'm a content creator. I work with brands and businesses and websites and podcasts, and I help you guys, or guys like yourselves, spread to a different audience and using my influence to help you guys progress. So that's what I do in a nutshell.
Okay,
Good.
that's what's up.
That's good. How long you been in the business?
So I actually started just as a video guy. I used to film on an iPad. I used to film like little protests and stuff like that. And then about 2 years into that, I got a camera and I started filming professional work from there. So I've been doing it for about 9 years. So I wasn't always an influencer. The influencer thing started because of Clubhouse. A friend of mine taught me how to redirect my career at the time. And he was like, listen, as much as you're doing the videography work and the content creating, you can work with all these brands and get some clothing and do some content for them. And I was like, I didn't really think of that. I started promoting the idea on Clubhouse and I've been doing it for the last 2 years. So,
wow.
You guys give a lot of information in that room, man. I'm so grateful to be a part of the networking team, just be a part of the club, man. So God bless y'all. Y'all keep up the good work, man.
So, what's been your highlights in the industry?
wow. So I've had quite a few. We'll probably start at the top, which would be I worked with a worldwide #1 artist called Mikey Freedom back in say late 80s to early 90s. He had a song called Devotion, and this was everywhere. It's like I wanna give you devotion. This thing was everywhere. Like this. Yeah. So you remember it as well. So this thing was everywhere. So he did a remix to that, and he wanted a new music video made for it. Sadly, it hasn't come out yet, but I've got the video on file. I put it out on my Instagram, so it's sort of out there. And yeah, I've worked with a #1 worldwide artist. I've worked with professional boxers, one namely called Darren Amel Hamilton. He was a British champion back in the day, probably one of the smartest boxers of all time, and probably most controversial UK boxer of all time. So that was a great experience for me to work with someone so high up and so respected and legendary in his field. That was really cool to do. I used to be the media manager for a company called From the Gym to the Ring, and that really helped me get started into the corporate field. So that's a boxing academy where they do 12 weeks training for for people who are unlicensed boxers, amateur boxers, I suppose you can say, they jump in there and they do 12 weeks of training, and at the end do a fight night in front of all their friends and family. Unsanctioned fights or unlicensed fights, but it's still sort of legal in some. I'm not really sure how that works, but I used to do all their media, all their social media was my job, and that's how I got started.
Wow.
Really, that's when I really got serious. That's so a guy called Ray Williams gave me that job, and I did that for like 2 or 3 years. So shout out to Ray Williams. I'll always appreciate you for that position, and everything I've done professionally since then is definitely down to that job.
Wow,
Wow,
that's what's
wow.
up.
Well, a lot of people don't take social media seriously. They be like, "Oh man, it's not a job," or and when actually it is a job. So, what advice would you give to content creators that want to take their creativity more seriously?
So take any opportunity you can get, regardless if it's paid or unpaid. So as you guys know, I am the social media manager for Music Networking No Egos. So at the moment, I'm doing that for free. But as of today, I've just got a sponsor for the room and a sponsor for myself to be doing this networking stuff. So technically, I'm not unpaid anymore. I've got a business opportunity to go with that, which will be announced in the room tomorrow morning. So that'll be quite cool to tune into. So make sure
Oh,
you don't miss out about that.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's that's a really big opportunity for us, and hopefully we'll bring in more sponsors as we do it. So that'd be quite cool. And then that's a career highlight too. The fact that I got this opportunity working with Rothstein and the whole team, being the Music Network No Ego social media manager. I've got a team now. We've got the podcast host H Lee, we've got our creative director Ella, we've got our graphics team Jocelyn and Darshini. Like we're doing big things, man, and it's only going to get bigger and bigger. This is literally just the beginning of it, and I'd say this is my career highlight right now. This is the most exciting thing I've done for a while. I'm really excited about the future of my work with No Egos.
that's
that's
good.
cool.
That's good. And
Yeah.
we'll be having a lot of the moderators from the No Egos team here on the podcast. So
Yeah.
we'll be looking forward to Rothstein bots. We want to try to get
Yeah.
Uncle Jams, Aunt Jackie,
Mm-hmm.
all
Mm-hmm.
of the whole team involved.
Good luck getting Auntie
with
Jackie.
what
Auntie
we
Jackie will be a difficult one. She doesn't do interviews.
have. Right. And she's kind of. I'm kind of iffy on even approaching her. So yeah.
Nah. She is an absolute sweetheart. She'll definitely she'll listen to you. You just might have to convince her a little bit. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Go ahead.
So, would you say that copywriting your content for social media is important?
Absolutely, 100%. So if you're making what my friend Kai, who's my business partner for Recaps Blogs and Repeat, he calls me the original content king, so OG content king. So well, so if you're making original content, do whatever you can to protect it. It's the same as music or anything that you're creating. If you're writing a book, if you're writing a film, anything that you are creating, same as you guys, you got this podcast, copyright it, copyright the name, trademark the logo, trademark the name, so no one can try and take it away from you, and no one can try and take your domain later in life. You know what I mean? So if you're doing
Wow.
something and it's original, copy like make sure you copyright it, because if you don't, you could potentially lose it. Like I've seen people who've had companies for 5 6 years and they're just starting to boom. They go to start a website and someone's already grabbed it because they see the name growing, and then they have to pay like
Yep.
thousands just to get the website back.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. That
Wow.
I know somebody going through that right now in one of my makeup groups. So
Hmm.
Wow.
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, and there's nothing
What's
you
the
can do if you
difference?
didn't copyright it. There's nothing you can do.
Nothing you can
Yeah.
do about it.
Yeah.
Nothing you can do about it. So, how different is the business of videography and content creating in UK?
So I've been asked this question before, and to me, all content creation and videography and all that sort of thing is the same. You're doing the same goal. It's point and shoot, and you're creating the content. But when it comes to growing on social media and growing with different audiences, that's a different way of doing it. So my way of putting it is the American humor and the UK humor is a lot different. So UK humor is very sarcastic, very dry, very offensive. I mean, American has that offensive comedy too, but in England we really lean into that offensive. Like we like to offend people. I don't know why, it's just the UK thing, and where the Americans is a lot more. It's how it is. But the
Yeah.
American humor I find is more partying, more drinking, more girls, more the party atmosphere sort of humor, more the "Whoa, we're
Yeah.
gonna go and have some fun" sort of humor. We do have that in the UK too, but again, it's more lean towards offensive comedy. If you ever seen the In Betweeners movies, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Which platform do you believe gives you the best chance at being
at growing.
Like being the best
So,
On so
at social media. Yeah.
so see, this question is a difficult one because it depends what you're aiming to do. So if you're looking
Okay.
to become an influencer like myself, I'd say Clubhouse because that's how my journey started. And like as you can see, I'm now walking around with guys like Bots and Rothstein and Jackie who are huge in that industry compared to a guy who's still pretty much budding out in the UK and I've been doing it like 9 years. I'm still fairly like new to the industry if you like, especially in the music industry. I haven't really done the things that Rothstein and Bots and Jackie have done, but in the content game, they, I'm respecting because I know what I've done. I've worked with big names in the field and I know how to make you grow. So I'd say Clubhouse and Instagram for influencers. Then for podcasters like yourself, you need to get onto all these free platforms. I think Anchor is a great platform right now for podcasting. This new platform, Restream, I didn't know about this, so this is new. So I'm going to do my research and look into this. But this looks quite cool. Um, but but to be honest, you should be on every platform. It doesn't really matter which one you're on. You need to be on every platform. If there's a platform
Okay.
and there's an audience there, you need to jump on it regardless. So there's probably social media platforms you're unaware of. Look, go on to App Store and scroll and have a look. I mean, I keep coming across all sorts of different social websites, and there's thousands of people on there. So you should be on those platforms too. It's just a case of the big popular ones that are in the news, so like Facebook, Instagram, and all that sort of stuff. Those guys are getting the heat, but you never know. You could be finding these big producers and stuff in these little apps because they like the intimate setting or anything like that. So just do your research and find what suits you. But I'd say Clubhouse for anybody who wants to grow and make connections in any sort of industry they're trying to get into. Clubhouse is the place to be. There's all sorts of people on that app, but from DJs to social media content creators to people like Bots and Jackie and Rothstein and yourselves. And it's crazy. One of our room moderators is a preacher too. I mean, it's crazy the people we connect to.
Yeah.
right,
That's
right,
cool.
right. I tell her all the time. All the people that come into that room is amazing.
Yeah, he
It is
does.
amazing. So yeah, he definitely has a point. It's the best one. Outside of Clubhouse, a lot of people are gearing towards the TikTok wave. What do you think about TikTok?
So yeah, TikTok is definitely the easiest way to grow on social media right now, in my opinion. I mean, they're literally just throwing views at people and giving everyone easy exposure. But that's only going to last another couple of years because TikTok's doing so well now. They won't have to do that. They'll be getting all the ad space in, and they won't just have to give away the organic reach. If you're looking to do some organic stuff, I'd also say Facebook because I have an organic page called Recaps, Blogs, and Reviews that's got 15,000
Great
followers
page.
nearly now, 10K page. Like you checked out yourself. I mean, that,
So
that, that gets a lot of views, and some of the videos hit like over like 250,000 views easy. And we just posted like a silly video that we found online. So organic reach on Facebook is really good for like media pages, and I think podcasts would probably do really well there if you do a lot of clips and stuff, and you show the funny like interviews and stuff like that, and you show the really powerful moments. So but so never say no to Facebook is what I've been telling people.
Oh,
so
cool.
you're advocate for paying for the ads to grow your reach, or
No, 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 no. So my platform has been 100% organic. We have never paid for one ad, one boost, no nothing. We've always just kept it organic.
that's
Okay.
good. That's
We
good.
will
That's
we will share it to
that's
every
good.
Facebook group that we can find, but you'll never catch us paying for
Right,
anything.
right. And it's so
we
many
don't believe in it.
Facebook pages.
He said we don't believe in
So you can share it if they approve it. Share
that.
it by all means.
Yeah.
That's
All
it.
our
Don't get
posts
me
just
wrong.
be
I've worked with companies that do use Facebook ads and boost posts and stuff like that. And what I will say to people who are looking into that, don't use the boost post button. Go into Facebook ads platform. They you are going to get some reach for that, and you could get some clients out of that. But personally, I don't believe I should pay Zuckerberg any sort of money for the sort of things that he's done or the sort of things he's connected to. So that's a personal thing. So I won't pay him any money.
Oh,
I know
yes.
that's right.
Yes. He said he wouldn't
hmm
do that.
Good.
Mm-mm.
Good.
So, what do you have coming up?
Oh wow! So at the moment, I've just released a video with the Fight Factory, which is a company in Tottenham, London. So that's another boxing company that I work with here in the UK. I'm a content creator for them. So that video is out now on their Instagram and Facebook, I believe, and that's got a bunch of Facebook ad money behind it. So that's pretty big for my name and my company. So I'm quite excited about that. Everyone, please, like I've mentioned already, but check out Recaps, Blogs, and Reviews. We're trying to get that to at least 1 million followers. We want to turn that into a big like ad platform for artists and podcasters like yourselves and small businesses. We want to turn that into a big platform. I've just started this brand deal. That's going to be we're going to announce it properly in the room tomorrow. But I'm working with a company called collabdirectory.com. If you want to sort out a year package with them to promote yourself across a worldwide audience, which is what we're trying to build right now, it's going to cost you $100 for the year. But if you use my code UK Will 10, if you use the year package only, you can get 10% off. So you get down to $90. So, and you usually be paying $10 every month, and that would cost you $120. So you be getting down to 90 if you use my code if you buy the year package.
Okay.
And
Wow.
obviously all the work I'll be doing
I think
with
you
the music
tagged me
network
to
and the
that.
Wigos team.
Yeah, I believe you tagged. That was what you tagged me to earlier.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, I think it's going to be a really great investment for any small business or anyone who's a creator or an artist. It's going to be full of creatives. There's already really big names on there and stuff. So I definitely recommend everybody checking out. Bots is on there. Titanic, the artist, is on there from the Cookout. She's on there. Like there's some pretty big names on there, pretty big businesses. There's limo companies on there. There's restaurants on there. I'm the first UK account on there, and that's what I'm doing with them. I'm the UK brand ambassador. I'm trying to spread the word here in the UK, but my code is for worldwide. If you want to jump on, jump on. And I fully recommend it, man. I endorse the product. KD, the guy behind it, really intelligent guy, really great guy too. Like a great vision he has for it. So I fully recommend that. So that's another thing I'm involved in. And of course, music networking, no egos. I'm the social media manager there. We're building a team. We've had 2 podcast episodes already in our rooms, which we should be launched on the YouTube channel within the next couple of weeks, which I'm working on at the moment. That's what I was doing before I spoke to you. And yeah, just so much more, and I'm hoping to do more here in the UK as well. But right now, I'm building an international name. I don't know how that seems to have happened. I was a local guy for so long between London and Bristol, and now I seem to be doing things in America, and I'm broadening out more and more. And I'm excited to see what else I can do as an international content creator. So.
Great, great, great. How important do you say networking is?
Oh man, I've just told you, literally jumping onto Clubhouse. I was coming on. So when I first started Clubhouse, I used to be part of a team called the Content Creators Assembly. It's my club on Clubhouse, and back then my career was starting to slow down a little bit. We just come into the pandemic, things were slowing right down. I didn't really know what to do, and then like I said, I was directed how to become an influencer and how to use brands to work with. And at that point, people were hungry to get sales because they weren't be able to go out to shops, they weren't be able to go out and see people, so it had to be all done online. So influencers like myself were perfect for them, and I just blew up on Clubhouse because of that. And so I'd say networking is hugely important. I mean, look what it's done for people in our room, and look at all me and you wouldn't be having this conversation without that room.
Right,
Rothstein probably wouldn't have got the cookout placements that he's got without that room. Would the cookout be as much of a success as it is without that networking room? You know, there's a lot of ifs and buts if we didn't have that room. And look at all the connections that have been made there. Like, I have connections with people who have Grammy nominations, who are Grammy winners, people who have done like platinum records, things that I couldn't even imagine doing. And these are my friends that I
Yeah.
sit in the room with 5 days a week, and we do the weekend rooms, we do the specialty rooms, and they're doing a film room right now, which I'm going to jump in a bit. And it's become such a family thing. It used to be just when I first jumped in there, it was like it seemed very formal. We were trying to keep it quite professional, but as time has gone on, we do have our professional edge, as you know. But as you also know, we like to laugh around, we have fun, we mess about. You know what I mean? It's like we
right,
have crazy conversations and stuff. We have those wild conversations sometimes to go a bit left,
right, right,
and, But that's what I love about the room, because like we'll throw each other in the goo. It's just it's fun.
right.
And these were people that were just connections that are now my friends and my family. And I probably wouldn't even be here without that app. I was going through a really rough time at one stage, and I'd left No Egos. Well, not so much left No Egos, but I wasn't coming to the room anymore. I'd come off the app. I was just kind of keeping myself to myself. I was in a really dark place mentally, and I started posting some things on Instagram that I probably shouldn't have been posting. And here came Rothstein. Rothstein came to the rescue, and he's like, "Dude, what are you doing? Like, why didn't you come to the room anymore?" And he was like, "Just come back in it." So the following day, I did come back to the room, and the love from walking back in the room, like Aunt Jackie was telling me how much she loved me, she missed me and stuff. And Boss like, "Yeah, what's up, my little dude? What's going on?" And Rossi's like, "Yeah, it's good to have you back, my guy." And then like everyone else in the room started being like, "Yeah, it's really great to have you back. We've missed you." And like that definitely made me feel so much better, and possibly saved my life, to be honest. So I've always said to No Ego, say you probably saved a life with this room.
That's
Yes.
good, man. That is actually so
Yes.
good,
For
man. I see a
real.
lot of people come in that come in with the wrong mindset and the wrong attitude, and you can see the room kind of shift, and it's
Hmm.
like crickets. And I'll be like, "Uh-oh, what's
Yeah,
gonna happen?"
you catch those few guys, and you see me and Bots will throw them straight to the goo, like, guess out.
That's right. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. So how did they come up with nominating you for the countdown clock?
So that actually happened by accident. So as you know, I speak quite fast. I'm quite a fast talker. And one day, I can't remember who said it, but someone said something. I think it was Rothstein. So he's like, "Oh yeah, you sound like an auctioneer or something." He's like, "Can you do some sort of weird countdown thing?" So I literally did, and open your mic and one, open mic and one, open mic and one. I literally did like that in the room. He was like, "That's it. That's the countdown clock from now on. Every time
That's
someone
it.
doesn't come to the mic, that's the countdown." And it's been that way now for probably about a year.
For someone that hasn't heard it before, let her hear the
That's what I
countdown.
was about to say. Let me hear the countdown.
And opening mic in one, open mic in one, open mic in one, open mic in two, 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 mic in two, mic in two, mic in two, mic in three, three, mic in three, 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 mic in three, and you're going to the goo. And Butts will throw you in the goo.
So what the goo is, you leave from have opportunity to speak on the stage to back down to where you have no opportunity to speak no more, and that's what they
Out.
call the
Goo.
goo.
Oh, okay.
So when she sees that, you get the notification that I'm on the stage speaking. Majority of the time, I'm not speaking. I'm just on the stage.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd rather be on the stage than in the goo anytime. Sometimes
Don't
I
want to
stay
be in
in
the
the goo.
goo.
He say you don't want to be in the goo.
Sometimes I
No one
stay
wants to
there,
go to the goo.
especially if I don't have anything to share or if I'm busy doing something. So I stay down there. I won't accept the invite to come up. So that's what I be doing. If I don't, if you guys send it, I'm not being sedity or stuck up. I'm just tied up doing something at the time.
No, we never think of it like that. People who come to the room, you're happy to sit in the audience or in the goo, as we call it, or you can sit on stage and chat to us. We don't really mind as long as you want to come to the room and enjoy yourself. That's all. We just want to fill the room up and help as many people as we can and make people not just for us. We want other people to connect with each other. We want these other artists and these
Yeah.
podcasters to connect with each other and help each other out
Right.
with exposure and new audiences and things like that. I mean, you might see a podcast host on our room, and you're like, I quite like his podcast. They would like his podcast in our audience, so let's bring him on. Let's talk and let's do a
Right.
collaboration podcast. And like you're doing with myself, or you're going to be in front of my audience now in the UK, and I'm going to be in front of your audience there with the Preacher's Corner. So
Right.
it's all
Yeah.
about collaborations, man. That's what I said, power
Absolutely.
of networking, man.
Our
It is.
networking.
It
It's
is.
great, and I'm so grateful for the everything that's going on in the room, man. I'm grateful for the connections and them embracing as family. I come in every morning, even if I don't say nothing, I go to the chat and I say good morning, and but I put family behind it because, like you said,
Like a
it's
family.
like a family setting. It's everybody's familiar with one another. We joke, we laugh. We got Pastor Cole, and then when I come up, everybody they give the pastor jokes and everything, and it's
Yep,
all
that's
in
right,
fun.
straight away.
It's a room full of love and
Yeah.
networking. I
Yeah.
love it. I love it.
What I
Yeah.
love about the room is the room has characters, but not just the characters themselves. The chat has its own character to it. The goo is the most popular character in the room, like and Rothstein is a character. Bots is a character. Annie Jackie has her character when she gets a little crazy sometimes. Donny Bowie when he comes in, he's a character. Like everyone has their own sort of character, and everyone's a little bit more exaggerated version of themselves once they get into the room. I feel because I mean, maybe Bots is the only guy who's dead on exactly who he is, but everyone else is just a little bit more exaggerated of who they are, and otherwise, I love these people, man, and people are like, why do you cuss so much? I'm like, it's just part of the character. It's fun. I only do it in the room. If you notice in my content room, I don't do it. I don't do it at all. But in the
Right.
music networking room, I just cuss. I mess around. I have fun because that's become part of the Will character in that room. But in real life, I'm
Yeah.
not that bad.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. You said a little earlier that even at work you're more quiet. You work in a warehouse, so you kind of reserved and yeah. But you
right.
have to go into this other place though to do what you want to do and make it effective. It's effective when you do
That's
it there
good.
like that.
And that's a part of I mean, even being a content creator,
Yeah.
period.
Yeah.
You got to know when to get into character, and
Yeah. That's
I
so
mean,
true.
it's a job. It's acting.
Yeah.
It's
See,
actually
this is
you
it.
got to
When
make
because I work in a big warehouse. This warehouse is one big fridge. So we move like milks and yogurts and milkshakes and trifles and all these sort of things. And so it's cold in there. No one wants to see some dude jumping about being all crazy and be like, "What's up, everybody?" No one wants to see that. They want to get up their job and they want to go home. It's a 12-hour night shift. No one wants to see that. But when you come to the Music Network and No Egos morning show, everyone's a little bit tired. They're just waking up. What do they want to hear? They want to hear jokes. They want to be perked up. They want to have a laugh. Come to the Music Network and No Egos. Somebody is going to make you laugh in the first few minutes, and it's going to continue for the next 5 hours. It's great.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
good. That's good. That's
Yeah.
good. You want to give them the last one?
So we kind of touched on this a little bit, but where do you see yourself in the future in your business? Where do you see yourself going?
So I'd like to be not so much a journalist, but I like to hold some sort of media platform where it's constant news. That's what Recaps, blogs, and reviews is all about. We want to be like a big media station, as it were. So we're obviously a Facebook page right now, but eventually I'd love it to be a website, maybe a big building like CNN or something like that. We'd like to be a big global media
Oh,
company. That's something I've always wanted to do. So that's the reason we started. We want to challenge mainstream media because we don't like how mainstream media report things. Obviously, we post some of their stuff sometimes, but we also try and give our own spin on it. And we only post what we know is legit. If it's not true, we're not going to post it. And if anyone calls us out, we'll delete it straight away. With that, we're very much we will not post fake news. It's something we're totally against. So eventually, we want to be a worldwide media company. And as for Music Network and No Egos, this is going to be one of the biggest networking brands you will see worldwide. I guarantee it. That's something I'm aiming for. Like Rothstein has no idea the monster that he has working inside his company right now. When Music Network and No Egos takes off the way that I think it's going to, he's going to be like, "Yo, how did this little guy from the UK with a missing tooth who speaks really fast do this?"
Yeah. I'm glad to be a part of it, man. I'm so excited to where it is headed, man. Have you
yeah.
heard of the I believe it's somewhere similar to the YouTube, but it's called Rumble.
No, I've never heard of it.
Check
That's
Rumble
new to
out.
me.
They have it's a lot of videos that you would normally see or get flagged or taken down on
Hmm.
YouTube,
Oh, okay.
but you'll check and see on Rumble that there's a whole different world on Rumble.
Well, there you go. See, that's the power of networking. I wouldn't know about that. So that's exactly why networking is so
Yeah,
important. I'm going to check that out.
it is.
Yeah.
It's some stuff on there that blow your socks off. I am not lying. I'm like, they doing what? And I'm like,
Wow.
whoa. Yeah, it's a lot of like you said, fake news that they put out. And so there's some things on there that you will never see anywhere else
Mm.
but on that
On Rumble.
on Rumble.
I mean, but this this
Yes,
this is definitely something that needs to be challenged. The fake news thing is terrifying these days. There's websites up that make out people are attacking a certain race or minority or faith or whatever, and it's not even true. It's just some troll has put up this website and made people believe that there's hatred between the two. You know what I mean? So it's a scary time.
absolutely.
You've got to find out what's fake and what isn't.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
When you
true.
check that site out, you're gonna have a lot of content, a lot of things to talk about. Trust me.
For sure. I mean, the reaction videos on Rumble.
Right. You're gonna have a lot to check out, man. So
I've
we are
literally just saved
definitely
it as well,
excited.
so I'm going to check that out.
Any more advice for social media content creators?
So, make sure your hashtags are well researched on Instagram. That's a massive thing right now, and TikTok too. When you're typing in, it will tell you how many hits these hashtags have got. Anything that's above 500,000 hits, I wouldn't even bother with it. But anything below, you stand a good chance of being in the mix. But you will get lost in the mix without a large following, with these more popular hashtags. So you got to be careful with that. Um, Perfection is the enemy of progress. So do not worry too much about quality all the time. I mean, you do need to put out quality content. Let's not get twisted. People don't want to watch garbage, but the story is more important than the quality. So make sure your story is
Yeah.
strong and people will pay attention to your content. Make sure you always pay attention to your story. That's don't I mean when you first start if you see some of my older videos, right? I've got an award nominated video there, but I look at it now, I cringe because I'm just like, oh my word, look at the quality of it. It looks horrible. But back then, that was my pride and joy. because that was my first award nominating video, and I worked with a big reggae artist called The Future Man. So it was a really big deal for the video for me. And Tipa Irie too. He's a massive reggae international legend. So it was a big deal client wise. But when I look at the video, I hate it. I wish I could reshoot it now. But don't worry about quality. It's tell the story, and everyone's got to start somewhere. You're not going to be amazing from the word go. You know, you're going to struggle at the beginning. I did. It took me a long time to be what I would call a quality videographer now, and it took me a long time, a lot of investment, a lot of practice. So again, they just put the time in. And also, if people are telling you that you're not very good or they're hating on you, you're doing a good job, because it takes a good job to make people hate on you.
Wow.
So don't worry about the engagement, the likes, or the. Does that matter?
I mean, if you want to grow, yeah, but I wouldn't sweat it too much, because it all comes in time. If you look at my Instagram, you think I don't get a lot of engagement, but it's not so much about the engagement you get, but who engages with you. And I always say this about views as well. It doesn't matter how many views you get, it's who is watching you.
Wow.
And then the day, your Instagram, your videos, your photos, put them on a website or put them in a portfolio piece or whatever, and put that in front of people. You don't have to so much put it on social medias. Email it to people, send it to companies, send it to people you want to work with, and they see it. That's what's important. You know, it doesn't matter about fans. When you're a influencer or content creator like myself, fans aren't so much important. A following, it does help, but I'm trying to get in front of businesses, not so much fans.
That's right.
That's good.
Yeah, that's
good.
very good.
That's good encouragement too, man. Because we see that a lot. We'll post something and all of the numbers on the views, but not so much as any engagement.
Yeah, that happens for a lot of accounts. I wouldn't worry about that too much. It's just this day and age, people don't like to comment too much unless it's like viral content or negative. If it's positive, they're not going to comment anyway. If it's negative, they'll be all over it.
Wow.
Wow.
We noticed that too.
We noticed that as well.
It's real. Post a negative meme and post a positive meme. Algorithm gets more engagement.
That's so true.
And I think that's where we get caught up is trying to please the algorithms.
Yeah, see that's again. I mean, obviously, you need to try and get into the algorithm. That's where a lot of people get too lost in worrying about. They're like, oh, I want to get all these comments, I want to get all these likes and views. Like, worry about the content. Make your content strong. The stronger your content gets, and the better your story gets, the following will come. It's just simple as that. Practice makes perfect, as they say.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
That's
Did you hear what he said when he said if you do something negative versus positive? He said, watch which one get the bigger outcome.
Yeah, actually, I said that Sunday in my message. And
So I'm working on my Instagram recaps, blogs, and reviews, but I keep mentioning this. We got the 15,000 followers on Facebook. I'm trying to build the Instagram now. So I was posting some like kind of positive stuff the other day from like a wrestling standpoint, which is all fun, and that's not got a lot of engagement. But I posted some content from the Johnny Depp trial, and that stuff has blown up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, and I posted some stand-up comedy clips. They've got like hardly any views at all. Again, the Johnny Depp stuff blowing up.
Post the flight of Mike Tyson when he was. I bet you're gonna get a lot of views.
Yeah.
Or Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle that guy.
Oh,
it's already going crazy.
I'm going to say, what do you guys think of that situation with the Dave Chappelle thing? What do you guys take on that?
I'm blown away by everyone courage to run and jump on the stage right now. So that was pretty much unheard of when I was growing up. The comic does what he does, and everybody laugh or not and go home. But I believe, to be honest, I believe that someone, like we were saying in the room today, that someone planted that seed there. And it was an inside job. They was out to get him, and especially that community.
But they have been for a long time.
They have been for a long time, and for him to get where he had in position to where he was, somebody that worked there didn't come through a metal detector. They handed him that while he was there, and then he went on.
He's like,
hey, it's just like a movie, different point of view movie. So, I mean, you saw and that movie
Vantage Point.
Vantage Point, where all this stuff happens at different angles.
Everybody see
You
something
can see the
different.
man come in and he handed him the knife, and they don't never say anything, just pass it and give it to him. So
I'm
everything,
telling you, I'm telling you.
everyone,
Before this guy rushed the stage, he was dressed as a crew member. I'm telling you, I bet he had the crew staff shirt on everything. I bet he had him disguised and all that stuff. And this, I think, there's a deeper
right,
issue
Yep.
here because I didn't say this in the room, so I didn't want to trip people up. But I think this may be a slight attack on free speech, not just Dave Chappelle himself, but free speech. Because ever since he started
right,
making these transphobic jokes or whatever, like he's really been under attack. And it's just like
Yeah.
I mean, I know he's a comedian and stuff, right? But I've never seen a comedian be attacked for his jokes so badly. I mean, I also know about Ricky Gervais and Jimmy Carr and people of that nature. I mean, maybe because they're white, they're getting away with it, but they say much more offensive and very, especially when Ricky Gervais was
They
making
do.
jokes. Ricky Gervais was making jokes about God and very, very
right,
offensive jokes about God, and yet he was never attacked. But Dave Chappelle is making a joke about a mix-up of society with with the transgender community, and he's
right,
just poking fun at it because he's poking fun at how society are taking it, and now they're attacking him. So that's an attack on his free speech because he's just telling jokes. And this transphobic woman he was talking about, he was friends with that woman. That's what that whole thing was
Yeah.
about. That was his friend. That's what people
Yeah.
don't pick up. That was his friend who committed suicide. And he wasn't telling a joke. He was just trying to make it a light-hearted situation because that was his friend, and they attacked
Yeah.
him for it. And I think it's disgusting what's
yeah.
going on right now, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's a lot of touchy issues that's floating around,
Hmm.
man. I'm at all of it, man. Is
I
and
know.
then the fact that I have Chris Rock comes on and slides his joke
Was
in.
that Will Smith?
Was that Will Smith? I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa. The
Yeah.
timing of it was just amazing. The timing was right on. I mean, like,
Crazy.
so
I couldn't believe Chris said that.
understand how to stay in the tabloids. I mean, that's the goal of social media.
Mhm.
Stay trending,
Stay relevant.
stay relevant,
One
stay
hundred
trending.
percent. And I mean, imagine. I mean, this is kind of crazy to say, but imagine if Dave set it up himself because Dave was quick to sidestep him. It's like he knew he was coming. So who knows?
Yeah,
Imagine if
Yeah.
Dave's done it as a publicity stunt.
right,
Yep.
right, right, right. I
If
seen the
if it
post and
was
it
a
was
publicity
real
stunt, they
over
beat him
the
pretty bad.
Yeah. For real.
yeah, I
Yeah,
saw the
if it
pictures
was a
on it.
publicity stunt, they beat him down. So I'm not sure if it was a publicity stunt, but Dave sidesteps him real quick. So imagine if Dave let that guy in himself, but with a weapon, that's creepy.
It was a guy that jumped on the stage with the rapper here lately, Travis. I can't
Yeah.
think of his name.
But the thing about Travis brings all that on himself. He eggs people on.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, come up here, come up here. The same as the Paul brothers do when they end up in fights in these situations. They egg people to the stage, and then
Yeah.
when someone actually does jump on, they get upset. But Dave was
Right,
never
Yeah.
egging anybody on. Dave was just attacked
right,
No.
out of
right,
nothing, you know.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's been a lot of that here lately. Everybody's just wanting to go on the stage, and I seen another video of someone getting up on the stage and dancing, and then the security just come and rush him and throw
Pull
him
him from
back in
the
the
back.
crowd.
Yeah.
And
The thing is
so,
that the thing is crowd invasions. These are called crowd invasions have been going on since the beginning of performances. So we're talking back from like way before any of us were
yeah,
even born. Like it's been going on. So,
right,
Hmm.
for a Netflix show for somebody as high profile as Dave Chappelle, as Chris Rock and
right,
Jamie Foxx are, you really should have had a much tighter security team hanging out.
right,
There's photos of the stage. I do not see one security member facing opposite direction, which is what Annie Jackie was talking about. Facing us. They're not meant to be facing the stage. They're meant to turn around facing us. That whole stage was open. He could have just jumped up there anywhere from the front row, from what I could see.
right,
Right.
right. Yeah, it's ridiculous how the security is. It is
Yeah.
definitely ridiculous, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
someone needs to be fired.
Yeah. For
absolutely,
real.
absolutely. People's lives are at stake, and we don't know
No, it's
what's
again these
on
are
these
high
people's
profile
minds.
people.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
And Dave Chappelle, arguably one of the biggest and best minds of our time. This is a special person, not just a great comedian, but someone who's very powerful in our time, who is outspoken, who stands up for his
He
people and
is.
and not just for his people, but for people who are in uh, disadvantaged situations, for people who are struggling. He speaks up for the little guy, and that's what's
He sure
important. And
does.
he will not take But remember when they tried to slaughter him when he shut down the Dave Chappelle show, when he went to Africa for that? Oh,
Right.
Yeah,
he's over there doing crack. He's over there letting his life away. He's like, no, he
yeah,
isn't. He's taking a little break and getting his head together. But they made out he was
Yeah.
yeah,
some crazy crackhead. You know, it's just the
yeah,
media playing
yeah,
his part. They're attacking Dave again
He
because
made
Dave
enough
speaks out.
money to
yeah,
go do what he wanted to do for years
yeah,
and
So he didn't
enjoy
need any
life.
more money. Exactly. He wasn't
Right.
yeah,
enjoying Chappelle's show anymore. Chappelle's show wasn't what he wanted it to be. It was becoming some weird corporate thing. He wasn't enjoying it. So
yeah,
he's like, you know what? I'm going to quit. I'm going to go off and do my own thing and get my head together and go and be a creator. He could have never done comedy again. But when he came back, he started speaking and now he's being attacked again because he's talking. He's
yeah,
anti-industry. The industry do not want you speaking your own mind. They want you controlled in a certain way. So as much as Dave is getting these Netflix specials and that sort of stuff, they want him to toe a certain line and he won't. He will talk the Dave
he
Chappelle way.
won't do it. That's right. He will
Right.
not. He refused to be a puppet. That's what I love about
He's
him.
not under contract.
Yeah, he's not a
Nope, and
puppet.
he won't do it. He won't do it.
and he's his own brand.
Yeah,
Yes, sir. And he's got to protect that brand now because he's made himself
Right.
in he's like the next. It's like a Martin Luther King or something like that. He's that our generation's Martin Luther King. He's huge. He speaks out for his people, and he's the next leader. And they're trying to take him down because he speaks. That's the next leader, you know. And
right.
who
Right.
comes
That's
after
Right.
right.
Dave, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
But
I
I
totally
said this
David
the other
agree.
day.
is just
He is a
powerful.
modern day Martin Luther King, and he's a
Yeah.
fantastic leader, and I look forward to seeing what else he can do, and I wish him all health and safety, and I really hope, like Jamie Foxx said, this man needs to be protected, and I hope everyone stands for this man and keeps him well and safe because he's got a lot more to say. I can tell you that.
That's right.
That's great, man.
Yeah,
That's
I
great.
totally agree.
Well, what
I look
advice do
forward
you
to
have
hearing his.
for us? And
Sorry, so
what
I was going to say
advice
I'm
do you
looking
have
forward to
for?
hearing his. I was looking forward to hearing what Dave's got to say on this situation when he speaks out on it.
Oh yeah, when he
Oh
definitely
yes,
Mm.
speaks out.
me
Yeah.
too. Me
Yeah, I'm looking
too.
Yeah.
forward to hearing what he's got to say on it.
Me too. Yeah.
Absolutely. I was saying, what advice do you have for us for this platform and podcast?
I just say keep doing what you're doing. I was checking out your social media and I think you're on point. I mean, keep working with your hashtags, keep researching them, keep putting more of your personality into your content. I say take clips of this and put it all over your social media. So every interview you do, take I don't know, maybe 2-3 minutes of every conversation or your best bits and turn it into a trailer. Put it onto your Instagram, your Facebook, your whatever you TikToks and whatever platform you're on. But so as much as you have those little audio things that you sent me for me and Rothstein, once you've done once it's out, or maybe the day that it comes out, make a little trailer, take the best bits and put that on the trailer and put it on Instagram and Facebook and then send it to us. We'll put it on our Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and blah, 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 blah. But yeah, it's all about just everything is content. Don't be afraid to use your content. You've got these live videos, chop them up, use them, use the best bits. And like where I've been giving bits of advice, maybe put that as content. You know, Will the Influencer says, do this with your Instagram. Will the Influencer says, this is how I started my career. This is how to become this is how to become an influencer. Will, you know, you can use content in so many different ways and you can repurpose your content in so many ways. And like I still post old videos that I made years ago because there's bits of it that people don't know that I put out, or I just re-edit it and put it out a different way, or I show people how I did that clip, or you can repurpose your content in so many ways. You guys could make behind the scenes content, so you could put this clip out and then you can make a video of how you made this video. So what equipment are you using, what software are you using, what streaming platform are you using, and why. So a behind the scenes look at the Preacher's Corner and show us like how you're doing it, not and why you're doing it. It's not just doing it, like show us why and how. I always say to people, put your personality into your
Oh,
content. Like
that's good.
it's great that you have a product or a podcast or you're an artist and you're a rapper, but why should I care? Like, who are you? Like why should I
Right.
tune into your content? I want to find out why. So like, I love behind the scenes content. That's my passion. I love behind the scenes content. I'd rather get to know the artist long before I listen to the music. So I'd rather find out who you guys are long before I listen to your podcast, sort of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's so
Absolutely.
good.
I just wanted you to say it so she'll understand why I have these cameras all over the place.
He
So
is
you understand?
constantly
I'm the
taking
same.
pictures. Yes,
That's
if
what you
I
should be
wouldn't
doing.
heard
You
you
need to
say
be
that,
taking
I would
content.
tell him.
All of
Yeah,
these cameras all over the place. Yeah.
Content
he's
is king.
always doing
Content.
that.
Everything is content. I'm sitting here talking to you now. I should have actually filmed it for myself, but I'll just get some screenshots of you guys there or something. But it's everything is content. Like I can literally just take a picture now up here and be like, say cheese, click, and that's content. Like, here's behind the scenes. I'm at Preacher's Corner right now. It's coming soon. In fact, I'm going to do that. But everything is content, and anything is content. It's crazy.
That's
Wait a
right.
sec. Wait a
That's
sec.
right. You gotta
Let
get
me.
it. You have to get it.
Right, are we ready for this?
Yeah.
Say cheese. Say cheese.
Cheese. Yeah.
Dope. Dope. Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
This is so
Live
cool.
interview, and we just pause and do a selfie for
Yes.
content. That's what it's about, man.
Yes.
We want to educate and inspire other people to continue to lay their what they call the digital footprints. It's called
For
the
sure. For
digital
sure.
footprint. Yeah,
I'm just
we're
gonna take.
on what 14 different platforms. So we have
Oh
several
really? Okay.
Facebook pages. What is it called? Bigo,
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 TikTok.
Twitter, TikTok, Twitch. My God, what else is
Twitch is
there?
a great platform. I need to get back on Twitch. I was on there for a little while. Twitch is a fantastic
Twitch,
platform.
Twitch is great.
Mm.
The Black Tube is it's been magnificent. So yeah, check that
I've
out.
heard a lot about that, but I haven't checked out. I've heard a lot about it, but I will.
Yeah, check that out. Actually, we're one of the top channels on the Black Tube right now. We actually had the owner and founder of the Black Tube come on and do a show with us.
He was the first.
He was actually the first of
interview.
this first interview of this season. So
Wow,
yeah,
that's so cool. Well done. Congratulations. That's really big.
yes, sir. So yeah, I put it right there. The Black Tube, www.theblacktube.com.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out for sure.
And check it out. And we are JTM Ministries on the Black Tube. So just check us out, man. I would definitely continue to put, if you see yours on there, connect with Will on the Instagram. You have any other social media platforms you want to shout out?
I've mentioned it quite a few times already, but recaps, blogs, and reviews on Facebook and Instagram. We do have a Twitter and TikTok, but it's not very active. So, I mean, the Facebook's where we're really at the moment. We've got a YouTube as well, but the Facebook is what we're really pushing. But I'd really like to get the Instagram recaps, blogs, and reviews official up to 2,500 followers by the end of the year. So, a little bit of support on that would be great. Obviously, follow Music Network and No Egos on Instagram. On Facebook, we're going to have the YouTube channel really soon. Everybody comes to the room. It doesn't matter if you're brand new to Clubhouse, if you've never been on there before, like come to the room. If you're an artist, if you're a brand, if you're a fitness instructor, if you're somebody who has a product or a service or an event or something like that you need to promote, come to our room. I guarantee there is somebody that can help you take it to the next level. 100% somebody can help you.
Even non-profits, right?
100%. We have a bunch of them.
I've been trying to get her to come to the room, and she hasn't.
So
she's
you know
phone
Higher
shy.
Waffle, right? You know Higher Waffle.
Mhm.
Higher Waffle's a non-profit. She does a bunch of stuff like that, and we help her all the time. And she's huge in the non-profit industry. So you definitely need to go and speak to Higher Waffle and pick her brain. 100%.
Mhm. Absolutely.
Higher Waffle
Well,
is
my man,
a low-key genius. Absolute genius.
and I believe she's in Houston as well.
Really?
Mhm.
Yes, sir. H-Town, they're all over there. It's crazy. H-Town repping.
We're not too far from Houston. We're about 6 hours, 4 hours,
About
4 and a half
hours,
away from Houston.
So you're about the same distance from me from Tottenham. Yeah.
Yeah. You got anything else?
I was trying to find his vlogs and reviews. Is that what he said?
Recaps, blogs, and reviews.
Recaps. Okay. Recaps. I left that out.
You finna follow it?
Yeah.
It's got some great stuff on there. Great stuff.
It's a viral content media page. We just kind of find stuff on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and videos that we think are cool, and we just kind of post them and see what people like. And we also put our own content on there, but we like to it's like a viral content page. We like to put funny stuff on there. We like to put serious stuff on there, some prison stuff, some court stuff. Like we're following the Johnny Depp trial right now. We like to keep up to date with news updates about war and stuff like that. Obviously, during Ukraine war, we were reporting on that as well. So we just post content and see what happens with it. It's more of a fun page than a serious one. It was something me and my friend started as a bit of a, yeah, let's see what we can do with this, and we started making content for it, and it just took a life of its own.
For what?
And we make original content for it. We also post other people's content on there, and like I say, we're trying to turn it into now more of an ad and promo space. We get quite a lot of engagement. We're really big in Ireland and in the UK, and America is starting to come over and follow our page now as well. So yeah, I think things are happening for that page. I'm really excited about the future of it for sure.
Good deal.
Okay.
Good deal. Good deal. I seen the I think I shared the prison where the prisoners um they trapped the guards in the in the
Right
stairway.
here
Oh yeah.
on this one.
Yeah. I
It
said
says
that was
in a
wild.
stairwell, but receive no
Hmm.
discipline.
Yeah, that was
Absolutely none.
wild.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's an interesting story. That's an interesting story. That one.
Yeah. It's a lot of great stories on there, right? I mean, and you
we
need that
we
for
we have for
content.
years and stuff. Yes, man, exactly. That's what it's for. And you see a lot of these pages on Facebook and Instagram posting these news stories or situations with these bits of footage, and there is a law. So you can use other people's content from YouTube or whatever that, but you have to put your own spin on it. It has to have its own sort of commentary. I believe it is the term they use it in the thing. But so technically, if this was on YouTube, I could rip it down and use it myself, but I'd have to put my own spin on it, put my own commentary on it, and make so it's my version. It's not yours. Otherwise, you could sue me. So,
Right.
Hmm.
but
Would you
whenever I do
say is
something, I reach out anyway.
what
Yeah.
about if we're using too much of our pictures and video? If it's too much of your own of you on your page and not enough of something else on there.
It all depends what sort of page you are, to be honest. So, like with recaps, blogs, and reviews, you don't see a lot of me or Kai on that page. I mean, we have recently put some of our stuff on there, but it's only been the last couple months we've started doing that. For the first couple of years, you wouldn't even have known we were involved in that page. I mean, so we'd never put ourselves on there. But with an influencer page like myself, I have to put myself out there all the time because people need to see me, people need to see my face and see what I do and the clothes that I wear and my style and the websites that I use and the cameras that I use and the software that I prefer. The people have to know what I do and what I like, and then if and that's my influence. So like the way I'm going to make sales with the collab directory is for people know that I'm passionate about that site and connecting people and helping people get out there. And for a very small fee, $90, it really is nothing. If you're investing in yourself and really trying to get yourself worldwide, you can get all this stuff on this site in minutes for $90, and the world can see you. And these are some big industry people that are on here. Like bots arguably very big in the industry. If you're an independent artist and you're looking to collab with or get a big producer like bots, you can jump onto that site and he's the first post. I mean,
Yeah.
and I say
Right.
Bots is
Yeah.
arguably one of the biggest characters in the industry right now. He's got platinum records, he's got Grammy nominations. He's huge out here, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. He definitely
Those
is. I
bots.
told you. I
Yeah,
told you.
he's always talking about
Listen,
y'all all the time to me. I
listen,
feel like I know
Bots
all
is
of
a
y'all
different guy.
already.
Yeah, it happens. These people that I've never even
Mhm.
met, I feel like I've known them for my whole life. I've only known them a couple of years, and I've never really met them face to face. I see them on Instagram, and I talk to them in Clubhouse. That's it.
Yeah, I did
What
something
did you
down there.
do?
I don't know.
You stepping on cords down there.
Yeah, I
Uh
kicked
oh.
something down there and made this really loud noise.
Oh dear.
Buzzing. We buzzing.
Hmm.
We buzzing. Well, man, I definitely appreciate you for stopping in and chatting with. We know it's getting late there, man, and
Yes.
we want to get you on to your next assignment. Hopefully, a pillow.
Well, actually, I'm gonna stop into the Music Network and Their Egos film room hosted by Ali and Hiawatha, which is going on right now. If that's still on, I'm gonna jump in there for a little bit. But yeah, after that, I'm
Okay,
definitely
good
going to
deal.
bed.
Good deal. We'll definitely tune in as well,
It
man.
was a pleasure
It's a
meeting
pleasure.
you.
Listen,
Looking
thank you
forward
so
to
much for having me on.
no problem,
Yes.
no problem. Looking forward to having you on again soon, man.
For sure, for sure. If you ever
God
want to
bless
talk
you.
about
God bless
other situations, or if you want my opinion on any sort of situations, I also work with a religious clothing brand called The Word, and I'm also involved with my church, EFI Church Bristol. So if you ever want to talk about like faith or religion, anything like that, I'd love to come and talk about that with you too.
Cool,
Yes.
cool, man.
Yes.
Always, always, man. You more than welcome right here on
Yes.
the Preacher's Corner, man.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, God bless you
Absolutely.
both, and let's call it a night. Thank you
God
very much.
bless you.
All
God
right, man.
bless
God
you.
bless. Praise God, man. What you think?
Yes.
What you think?
Awesome interview.
Awesome, awesome,
You
awesome
have really
interview.
you have connected with some gems.
Absolutely.
Totally.
Absolutely.
There have been some gems to be added, into our life for direction and
Absolutely.
everything. It's been wonderful.
Wonderful.
He is very knowledgeable.
Very
He
knowledgeable.
should be, his name fits him, Will the
Will the
Influencer.
influencer. Absolutely.
So, I don't take that title, his name or his title lightly. Kudos, my hat to go off to him. He is very knowledgeable in this field. So we are definitely going to sign up for that. For his
I just, all I need is somebody else to come say it for me.
Yes.
I already heard about it. I saw it. I'm already interested. So when somebody else can come make the sale to you, hey,
so you want him to sell it to me?
Hey, that's all I needed. That's all I needed. So God bless you. We were extremely blessed by all of the knowledge Will came to share it with us on our platform. We're looking forward to doing more collaborations with all of the other great minds that is a part of the group, other guests that are on the way from the group. So stay tuned, and be sure to like, follow, subscribe, all of that and then some. And join us back here on the Preacher's Corner. God bless you.
This is an in-house production.